We got spice in there. Jalapeno, cayenne, and red chili flakes. Woo!
Okay, it's time to get to work here and get cooking in the kitchen. First step, the most important step, always the prep work. I'm starting up here by dicing up some celery, onions, smashing a couple of cloves of garlic. If you could also smash that like and subscribe button, that would also be fantastic. Next up, some green onions, jalapeno peppers, and some shredded cheddar cheese. You may notice in the seasoning mixture coming up that I have not added salt, and that's because I'm dicing up some bacon. We'll give all the salt that I need. I'm using garlic and onion powder, black pepper, cayenne pepper, and red chili flakes. These sausage rolls will have some heat. Okay, we'll get some olive oil in the pan and start frying everything up. Of course, onions, garlic, then the jalapenos, and some celery. Right here, I'm just gonna add some black pepper to that vegetable mixture. And then go ahead and add that bacon and just lightly brown it. These sausage rolls make absolutely delicious appetizers for any occasion, especially since you're able to freeze them and then cook them when you need them. It's perfect to have them on hand. Let that mixture cool for about 10 minutes before you add in your ground pork, 1 egg, and some breadcrumbs. I'm using panko here. And then there's that seasoning mixture and some shredded cheddar cheese. Give this all a really good mix so it's combined. And then we're ready to move on to construction time. All right, here we go. I'm using phyllo pastry. If you haven't used phyllo pastry before and it tears or it rips, don't worry about it. We'll layer it in and everything will work out just fine. I drizzle on a little bit of melted butter in between the sheets. I am using 3 sheets here. These are gonna be nice and crispy and golden brown. There we go. We'll add in that last sheet of phyllo pastry. Now I do cut this in half. That is all that we need to make a really good sausage roll. And I use my tape measure to make sure they are exact. On one end, brush with egg wash. This will help seal up your sausage roll. Add in your sausage to the top, but make sure you leave about an inch gap. And that's going to help when it comes to rolling over your sausage rolls. You can certainly decide on how big or small to make these sausage rolls with regards to how much filling you're going to place in them. I like when I have a finger food or an appetizer to have a nice bite in there. Mine are 2-bite sausage rolls and I'm proud of it. So I pack this in. Once it's all layered in, I'll just give that a nice little mold to make sure I'm going to be able to roll it a little bit easier. Once that's all set, you'll see me move on to the edge of the phyllo pastry and just be very careful when you're starting out so it doesn't tear at the edge, and then simply roll up and over. You may notice here that I'm going to tuck in the end a little bit. Now this is also planning ahead because I like the end pieces and I like that little extra crunch. So I'm being a little bit selfish right here as I do this, knowing that I am going to go for those end pieces of the sausage roll. I call this the tuck and roll. Right at the end, a little bit more egg wash if need be, just to help seal everything up. And then I'll go ahead and tuck in the edges and finally seal up the end of the sausage roll. I'm going to move that here to the edge of my cutting board so that way we can show you this process again and make sure you really get the hang of it. A little bit more of a close-up view here. So again, on one edge, brush it with the egg wash. That will help seal it up. Once we get to the tuck and roll stage, set your egg wash aside, and now we'll move on to packing it up with our sausage mixture. Again, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, share the video to your friends, and that way we can continue growing the channel. All right, our sausage mixture is almost in. We'll go ahead and pack that in and just give it a nice shape and get ready to roll. So here again, I'm just shaping that sausage mixture, and notice that I left about a 1-inch gap of the phyllo pastry from the end, and that way I'm able to fold it up and over and begin the tuck and roll process. All right, here we go, construction time. Roll up and over. Don't forget about the ends. Pinch those up, tuck them in, and then begin another roll. A little bit more egg wash if need be. A little tuck, and a little roll. All right, sausage rolls ready. Just a little bit of fine tuning on the details here and make sure they're all tucked together nice and tightly. And then I'll transfer them over to my baking sheet. I already have it lined with parchment paper It'll just ensure that they do not stick during the cooking process. And I am using my tape measure again. I like to be exact. My appetizers are approximately 2 inches, and I'll have about 12 generated from this easy recipe. Once those are all cut up, I am going to brush them with some egg wash. It'll help give them that nice golden brown, crispy, top finished look. In this recipe, it actually makes 24 bite-sized sausage rolls. So you'll see me wrapping up 2 full rolls, and I'll place them in the freezer. That way I have an appetizer ready and on hand anytime I need it in a pinch. I can simply pull one of them out of the freezer, pop them in the oven after I brush them with egg wash, and I'll be all set to go. So you cook once, but you're able to eat twice. Now, in this recipe, I say it'll make 24 sausage rolls, but realistically, this can make 48 sausage rolls. We just have to make them a little bit smaller and wrap them a little bit tighter, and we've got a lot of appetizers ready. So I've wrapped those up. I'm going to place them in the freezer. I'm placing in the oven for approximately 30 minutes at 350 degrees, and listen to this sizzle. Here we go, coming out of the oven, crispy, crunchy, golden brown. They have so much seasoning. The flavor in here is absolutely fantastic. You can serve them up with some ketchup if you'd like, but it certainly does not require it.
You want some? Be sure to check out the full easy recipe on my channel on how to make these sausage rolls with phyllo pastry. Fantastic. The smell is great. I'm going to try them. I'm not even going to dip it in the ketchup. I want to get all the spices and the flavors that I added into this. And I'm going to go for the end piece. I want the end. Look at this. They're still hot. Oh. Look, golden. Let's go. Oh. Oh, yeah. Boom. Woo. These are amazing. Wow. Oh, yeah. Wow, those are freaking, how am I not going to eat more of those? Just say no. Just say no. I don't know if you can see behind me, but check this out. I've got stuffed mushroom inside phyllo pastry. Be sure to check my channel for that easy recipe. Those are going to be absolutely fantastic as well. Great appetizers. You can prep them, you can wrap them, you can freeze them, and then cook them when you're ready. Boom.